Hey guys, Sam from the Jungle Giants here. I'm going to be programming Rage this Saturday. I'm going to be playing tracks from Outkast, Total Giovanni, Rosalia. Make sure you're there, don't be late. Rage. This track by the Avalanches, Because I'm Me, is beautiful, dancey, sexy, delicious, and I hope you like it. Rage. Next up, we've got Janet Jackson, Someone to Call My Lover. I love this song. I've been listening to this a lot. It's with my music, I think I'm kind of going towards a 90s vibe like this, and I don't know, Janet Jackson had to be in the list. Your day gets better when some Janet is in it. Enjoy. Excuse me, my name's Sam from the Jungle Giants, and you're watching Rage, bitch. Next up, we've got Outkast, The Way You Move. It's an absolute screamer, and I don't know, everything they do is just changes my life every time I hear it, and I rediscover it all the time. So this clip is, one thing I love about these clips that they do is they start with little movies, little scenes, people talking. You just got Big Boy at like a car place, he's getting his car fixed. I think it's cool as, and I definitely want to steal ideas for my clips. I want to do little movies like that one day. So cheers, hope you like it. This next one is Daft Punk Revolution 909. I just had to put this in the list because they recently broke up. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, because they didn't have to, because we can't see them live. Anyway, I'm sure they had their reasons. R.I.P. Daft Punk, we love you. It's like the fish tank from Romeo and Juliet, except electronic, and it's lights. You're watching Rage. This track is Salvatore Ganacci. The track's called Horse. It's an absolute wild song and an absolute wild idea for a film clip. Everything he does is silly and done with an edge of genius. So please enjoy the song, and the clip is crazy, and I hope you like it. Next up is one of my favorite bands in the whole world, Hot Chip. Everything they do is so cool. I've been listening to them since day one. I remember being in the bus just listening to Colors on repeat, trying to figure out, how to make drums sound good. They're absolute legends, and this one Life Stand, is one for the ages. They're in a weird tank or something in this film clip. It looks really cool. I don't really understand how they did it or what it really is, but let's figure it out. Next up, shout out to my friends Confidence Man with Doesn't Make You Feel Good. This I know for a fact these guys went to Berlin just to do this clip, which is already a baller move. Spent heaps of money. They have like pulley systems where Janet flies, and it's like a kind of culty feel here. They've got a lot of veiled people doing dance moves, and it's creepy as, and the song is a banger. Hope you like it. Rage. Hey guys, I'm Sam from the Jungle Giants, and I'm fucking terribly alone. But we've got music to keep us company. I hope you're having a good night. First time I ever heard this song, which is New Rules by Dua Lipa, it changed my absolute next couple of months when I was writing music. I just tried to make music that sounded just like it. I think it's the coolest song. The production is awesome. Dua Lipa rules. This clip as well is kind of like a slumber party idea. I absolutely love it. This is what an average night at the Jungle Giants house looks like, so please enjoy. When I heard this track, Ordinary Pleasures by Toro et Moi, it did a similar thing to when I heard New Rules by Dua Lipa. I absorbed it, and it just became my world for a little while. The record is amazing. I feel like with this record, his whole aesthetic shifted into something very visionary. The whole record felt like it was from the same kind of planet. I love this song. The production is absolutely beautiful. It's very drummy. It's percussion forward, dancey as, kind of pretty. And the clip is cool as. It starts with him just kind of interview style introducing you to his band, which I think is a really cool idea. And you can tell he's dancing around like he's at band practice. So I love it. I hope you do too. Someone I've been playing heaps of lately is Rosalia. She's this super cool Latino artist. The song's called Malamente. I think that's how you say it. The production in it is absolutely wild. There's all these little blips and bloops. Things come out of nowhere. I think she's absolutely incredible. All her film clips are super pro, really rhythmic, and the dancing is amazing. So I hope you enjoy it. Rage. Here we've got Chemical Brothers, Galvanize. Obviously, it's the best string line ever written in human history. It is pretty, but it also makes you want to rage. There's a really cool little gang of kids in this clip. I think they look kind of scary, but I bet you they're really nice kids. Enjoy. Hey guys, Sam from the Jungle Giants here. I'd like to share with you a scary tour story. One time we were in Manila to play a festival. Kid Cudi was playing. It was going to be sick. It was the morning of the show, and we were staying at a really big hotel across the road from the beach. And I really wanted to go to the beach, get some R&R, some relaxing time before the show. But there was all these lanes of traffic zigzagging past. All the cars were crazy. And I was trying to get past the cars, but I couldn't do it. And a guy in a donkey in a little cart was kind of going down the road. And he was like, hey man, do you want help getting across the highway? And I was like, yes, please, that would be amazing. So I jumped in the back of the cart, and he had his little son kind of sitting in the thing, and I was like, how are you? I started going across the traffic, and inside his cart he had these little posters there were ads for a gun range. And I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said it. But I was like, wow, that looks cool. You can shoot guns around here. And he was like, you want to go bang bang? And I was like, no, I don't want to go bang bang. That's fine. I just want to get to the beach, please. And then he was like, we'll go bang bang. And then he starts the donkey going really fast. And I was like, no, I don't want to go. And meanwhile, I had to be at sound check in like an hour. And I was like, okay. And he starts going really fast. We go down an alley. We go down another alley, dark alley. Soon I was like pretty scared. I had no idea where we were going. And there was people, like locals, kind of laughing and pointing at me in the back of this donkey. I knew I was they'd never seen this scene before. Or maybe they had. Anyway, we arrive at this iron door and he pulls up. I was like, man, I don't want to go bang bang. I need you to take me back to the hotel. And then he was like, downstairs, we'll go down, we'll shoot a gun. And I was like, okay, I'm here now. So I just was like, okay, let's do this. It's stupid. So we went down, and we went down 4 flights of stairs, and eventually we're at the bottom basement of just this dirty building, and it was like a car park. And then they turned it into this it looked like a 1980s lobby of a hotel, and there was fake plants everywhere. And there was a guy in an eye patch standing there at this little desk, and he'd kind of looked at me, and the guy was spoke to him in a different language and said, he was like, you want to shoot? And I was like, yeah, please. So he kind of put my name down. He was like, how much? And I was like, I don't know, how much does it cost? And he said, or you can shoot 200 pesos, which was nothing. And I was like, okay, cool. That sounds great. Good deal. And then we went through this other iron door, and it was just a car park, and they'd put all these hay bales meters away with a big target on it. And he was like, what? And then all these guns were everywhere on these side pallets. And I was like, this is just so stupid. No one knows I'm here. I'm supposed to be at the beach, and I'm almost late for lobby call. But I kind of was just I'm here now. I may as well get into it. Let's do this. And he was like, what do you want to shoot? And I was like, I want a big handgun. Really big handgun. So we went and got this just massive handgun, loaded it up for me. I'd never shot before, so I was real bad. Anyway, I kind of he was teaching me how to shoot. I was learning how to aim, and I just kind of got in this rhythm, and then time just flew away. And all I remember is just clip after clip after clip, and I'm shooting. I start getting the target, and he was standing there. He was like, yay! And his kid was there, and they were all celebrating me getting better. And then eventually I was like, oh, that was awesome. Oh my God, I have to go. I was like, what time is it? I was like, oh, and I was 20 minutes late for lobby call, and I was so in trouble. So I was like, I have to go. Can we pay and I'll go, and we'll take me back in the donkey? And he's like, yep, let's go. And so we went back to the little 1980s lobby thing. The guy on the eye patch was like, here, we'll get you to pay. And then he was like, 200 per bullet. And I was like, what? You said 200 for the whole time. And he was like, 200 per bullet. He was like, give me the money. And it was it was thousands and thousands of pesos. I think it had equated to 1,000 Australian dollars. I didn't have that much money on me. And he was like, you don't have the money? He looked real pissed off. And then the other guy kind of stood a bit closer to me. And I'm in this basement in the Philippines on my own. No one knows I was there. So I kind of kicked into survival mode. And I was like, I'm going to pretend to be the dumbest tourist ever. And I'm going to pretend I think this is a good deal, but I don't have the cash. So I was like, oh, oh, sorry, I didn't bring that much cash, but I think that's an amazing deal. Like, I was like, I'd be able to get some friends and bring some more friends down here? Because that sounds like awesome. And they were like, you've got friends that want to come? And they kind of like started talking to each other. They're like, yeah, we'll take you back. You get your friends. You bring us some money. I was like, yeah, if you take me back, I'll get the money for you and I'll bring some friends and we'll do this again. This was amazing. And I was like shaking their hands. And then so I think they were like, okay, we got this sucker. And so they kind of brought me back up. But the guy was a bit stern now and he kind of was holding my shirt. And then we got back in the donkey and we went back. And we got to the hotel and I was pretty scared by now because like these guys obviously had heaps of guns and I stupidly had told them where I was staying. They knew at the hotel and I don't know, didn't know what connections they had. They could find me. So I went into the lobby. They said, meet us down at the donkey in 2 minutes. Bring your friends and the money. And I went into the lobby and everyone in the band was like, where have you been? I'm like 40 minutes late by now. And I was like, guys, I have no time to explain, but I need all your pesos now. There's some guys. I met some bad guys. I owe them money. And my manager was like, what the hell have you done? Everyone with their faces, they were like, what have you done? I was like, I shot some gun. I can't tell you now. I needed some money. I shot some bullets. I owe a man some money. So they gave me all this money. And as I'm going down to pay the guys and tell them, I'm sorry, my friends can't come. But meanwhile, we actually had like a security guard for this tour and he'd run down to the lobby because the guys had called him and said, Sam needs money for these people. And apparently like this is a lot of people get in lots of trouble. Tourists get lots of trouble doing this. So they told him, and I've gone down to the guys at the donkey, and I've given them the money, and I gave them all the money. It was the exact amount. And then the guy looked at me. He was like, "It's not enough." And I was like, "It is enough. You told me that." And then he starts going like that, and he starts pulling out a gun. And then as soon as he starts going like that, and then he looks just a bit behind me, and he's like, "It's okay." And he puts his gun back like that, and I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then I looked behind me, and the security guard was there with his gun drawn, pointed at the guy, just above through my head, like around my head. And I was like shaking. And then the guys was like there, and they took the money, and he was like, "Get out of here!" And they were like, "We'll go." And they like got the donkey, and they trotted off. And then the security guard like grabbed me, and was like, "What the hell are you doing? You could have died." I was like, "I didn't think, man. I got lost in the gun alley." But anyway, I survived. It was silly. But you know what? It was a juicy story, and it kind of got me revved up for the show. It was a great show. I was pretty jacked up. Didn't even need a beer that day. So I survived, and I'm here to tell the tale.